So Logan, 2025, looky this, Santa gets involved
Mm-hmm.
and he brings in the pandas.
You're watching the Spotlight Network. Starring Hollywood's newsman, Logan Crawford.
They now believe a single member.
He works with TV and film legends. And now, Logan's shining the spotlight on the world's top emerging authors and creators.
International were abducted.
This is Spotlight with Logan Crawford. Streaming on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV.
I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're unwrapping a heartwarming Christmas adventure from prolific author and one of my favorite of all-time guests, Dr. Barbara Ten Brink. Her imagination has given life to dozens of books across many different creative genres. Her latest book, Miss Claus and Her Pandas. In it, Dr. Barbara Ten Brink brings readers back to the North Pole, where magical bunnies seek recognition and newly arrived ambassador pandas join Santa and Miss Claus on an unforgettable mission. This whimsical children's tale blends teamwork, understanding, and holiday magic into a charming Christmas story that is destined to become a Christmas favorite. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us once again here today on Spotlight. We thank the team at Mainspring Books for helping us put her in the spotlight today, and we ask viewers like you to support authors like her by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing her amazing book. The links are below this interview. Barbara, thank you so much for joining us here. Great to have you back on the show.
Thank you, Logan Crawford. I can't even remember how many of my books we've done, but today is a special day. We're doing a very, very special book.
Absolutely. Tell us about that special book. It's a second Christmas story for you, right?
It's the second in a series. We now have a series.
Great.
Who knew? I like to say this, Logan. Who knew?
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Exactly.
So I want your listeners to know that I taught science for a long, long time. Mm-hmm. I retired with COVID. And since COVID, I've been writing. And now I'm a published author, many books, biographies. But, darling, today we're talking about the magical bunnies at the North Pole. And I'm telling you, they're unhappy. So we have Miss Claus and her bunnies. So it's a Miss Claus. This is Santa's daughter.
Yep.
And her job at the North Pole is to manage the magical bunnies. So rabbits have a phenotype and a genotype. Mm-hmm. And Miss Claus assigns the bunnies according to their phenotype and genotype. So they work, they're magical.
Mm-hmm.
Of
Pull
course
a rabbit out of a hat. Yep.
Yes. They're magical because they work at the North Pole. Yes. And they work according to their talents. So I love this. I love this about my book, talking about inclusion. All the different bunnies are included in my book. Mm-hmm. And then they work according to their talents. So beautiful, beautiful story. Fun, fun, fun. However, Logan, mm-hmm. because I am the spokesperson for the magical bunnies at the North Pole,
yep.
I learned in Christmas 2024, and we published an article in USA Today, that the bunnies are unhappy. Mm. Oh, my goodness. So why are they unhappy? Well, because your listeners, people, never even knew they were at the North Pole doing all their labors.
Exactly.
So, yes.
Yeah, we know about the elves, we know about the reindeers, but the bunnies are something different, right?
This is news for everybody.
Yep.
So, the bunnies have asked for attention to their dilemma. Mm-hmm. They want a little credit. It's really cute. Listen. It has come to my attention The bunnies demand mention as to their contributions to the holiday preparations. So the bunnies are busy at the North Pole. And nobody out in the world knows that there are magical bunnies doing a lot of the labor. Now, they don't take the jobs away from the elves. Please know this. But they're doing labor also according to their talents. So in 2024 Christmas, we published an article in USA Today talking about the bunnies' concern. They want mention. They say, dear reader, will you be our cheerleader? That's what they want, a little attention for their efforts. So Logan, 2025, looky this. Santa gets involved. And he brings in the pandas.
The ambassador.
Why pandas? Well, darling, and this is my Christmas stories are fiction. However, panda diplomacy is a real thing.
True.
Logan, in all my books, I'm never finished writing. I have all this afterword. I have a giant afterword. So the book is over, the end. But then I have an afterword. I talk to the reader about why are we even going in this direction? Why have I written this book? Well, there is such a thing in the world called panda diplomacy. So, Logan, all the pandas are in about 3 provinces in China. They live in the wild in 3 provinces in China only. And China uses pandas for goodwill throughout the world. So right now in the United States, we have 2 pandas at the National Zoo in Washington, D.C. So your girlfriend, Barbara, I went to the National Zoo March 22nd, my birthday, and spent an entire day with the brand new pandas at the Washington Zoo. This is incredible. China does not give pandas out. They lease them. They're on loan. And there's a contract and a lease agreement and a definite period of time that the United States will have the pandas. There are 2 things I want your listeners to know. China owns all the pandas. There are 2 things. There's such a thing as panda diplomacy. So China leases the pandas to countries for goodwill. Unbelievable. And the other thing I want you to know is in my book, I talk about panda facts. They're labeled endangered. There are only 1,800 pandas living in the world. About 60 of those pandas are on loan from China. The amazing thing, listeners, is that we know the name of every panda living.
Wow.
Unbelievable. And when they die, there's an obituary.
Wow.
So they're pretty precious.
Yeah,
everybody
they're very prized.
in the world, they're prized. Everybody loves them. So the magical bunnies in the North Pole voiced their unhappiness that nobody knows they're there. So Santa, who is very concerned about the joy and cheer at the North Pole, invited the pandas to the North Pole. Welcome, ambassadors.
Wonderful.
Darling. How precious is this? Now, Santa's busy man, Miss Claus, Elizabeth Claus, the daughter, it's her job to manage the magical bunnies. It's her job now to manage the magical pandas. However, very important thing, Santa got involved. He wanted to bring back the cheer in the North Pole. He invites the pandas to the North Pole to negotiate peace and joy and cheer with the magical bunnies.
Wonderful. That is such a great premise, such great characters, such great animals, such a wonderful, immersive story. It's so beautiful, perfect at Christmas time. Yeah, wonderful.
So happy to tell you that my granddaughters have grown up with the Miss Claus and her bunnies.
Right.
My granddaughters are babies, 3 and 6. They've grown up with Miss Claus and her bunnies.
Yep.
So in 2024, I learned that the bunnies were unhappy. I go to my granddaughters and I say, honeys, I think we need to write a sequel to Miss Claus and her bunnies. And the girls said, well, what would that be? I said, we need to write Miss Claus and her pandas. And my 5-year-old at the time said, well, we can't have pandas in the North Pole. Why not? Why can't we have pandas? Why not? She said, well, because there's already polar bears. We can't have 2 bears. So, Logan, I fixed it. The polar bears are bringing the pandas into the North Pole.
It's
And I
beautiful.
said, darling, I know, isn't this so cute? She's
Is it
so
your
smart.
artwork as well? Did you paint that or draw that?
Honey, I only draw the concept.
Okay.
I only paint the concept, and then we ask professional artists to do the rest.
Okay, gotcha.
Professional illustrators.
Gotcha.
Then I asked my granddaughter, do you have any other objections? And she said, yes. 5 years old. There's no bamboo at the North Pole.
Smart.
So Santa fixed that too. Here is an illustration of the elves offloading bamboo for the ambassadors while they're visiting the North Pole.
Wonderful. I love that. I love that. It's great
Honey,
you've got such smart grandchildren. I can see why they got such a smart grandma. So you got smart grandkids there as well. That's great. That's great. And those are really great concerns. 2 different types of bears up there, the polar bears and the pandas, and the fact that pandas eat a lot of bamboo. They were very aware of that, and I think that's wonderful. And that's what's great about your books. These are immersive learning experiences for children as well as entertaining.
The reviews we've gotten on Miss Claus and her pandas is the richness of the rhyme, the gorgeous, gorgeous illustrations. I want to make a billboard of Santa on his journey. Look at that gorgeous thing.
Great. Beautiful.
Unbelievable. Beautiful illustrations. And then the fact, exactly what you said, Logan. So we're telling this beautiful story in rich rhyme and covering all the concerns of children. And then I tell the facts of pandas worldwide and the facts of panda diplomacy worldwide. So you're exactly right. I taught science for a long time, and now, even though I write precious little fiction Christmas books, I have to throw in some teaching.
Wonderful. Well, I think those lessons are important because it's great to be entertained and informed, and you're doing that with your books. And you're getting a lot of recognition now. I understand you just had a book signing, that you were featured in USA Today, and that an article is coming out very soon in the Los Angeles Times. Look at that, a 1/4 page in USA Today. That's wonderful. You deserve all of the accolades you're receiving. That is such wonderful news.
Logan, who knew? I like to say that. Who knew?
Exactly. Well, I knew you were super talented from our very first interview. We've had you on the show a bunch of times, and it's always fun and entertaining. And these books, folks, are wonderful. These are Christmas classics you'll want to buy for your children. The original book is Miss Claus and Her Bunnies, and the follow-up book is Miss Claus and Her Pandas. It'll introduce you to pandas, bunnies, and of course, the very mysterious, the very wonderful character of Miss Elizabeth Claus. Wonderful work on these books, Barbara. Congratulations. A very Merry Christmas to you. And thank you so much for joining me here today.
Logan, thank you. Thank your team. I mean, I love being here. Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
I can't wait. I know you're such a prolific writer. You're probably working on something right now. So when that's ready, we'll have you back on the show. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.